The summer Hikaru died, long awaited episode 2. Let's friggin' check it out.
Oh my god, bud.
So you think Hikaru killed that old lady?
Looks like it.
It did look like it. Do you think Hikaru knows about, like, what happened back in the day? Whatever it was? Like, when they sealed the original one, or whatever the fuck that was? Or do you think that he was reborn and doesn't remember, but knows that it has to do with them? I just realized, is there no OP for this? Are we going to see an OP?
Yeah, I don't know.
I didn't even think of that. This doesn't seem like the show that I would expect an OP for. Is this it? Oh.
Look at that! I forgot about him.
Oh my fucking god, that was so good. That was so good. Oh, we gotta post that today.
What the hell?
Matsura? Throat.
Messed up. Mm-hmm.
実はな、俺も呪われとるかもしれん。
はあ？
いつも東門の山道通って足取りまで帰っとるやん。そこのトンネルが今工事中でさ、林道通らなあかんねんけど、その林道がめっちゃ怖いね。くらいだけやろ。
There might be some sketchy shit in there.
中が見れへん。なんというか、道にしか目をやれん。見ようと。
Is this real?
Is he turning into a tree? Is that what happened to that tree that looked like a lady?
I don't know. I don't know.
くらいだけやろ。そういうんやないねん。林の中が見れへん。なんというか、道にしか目をやれん。体が動かんねん。怖めっちゃ気になるんや。いやから頼め。よしき、一緒に帰ってくれ。いやや。
In the creepy forest?
観光客しかせんて。行こうや。なんや、俺も行きたい。
That's surprising, given what happened to you last time you went in the woods.
Yeah, everyone's like, are you sure?
Whoa. Let's see what he's gonna, like, find some, like, evidence in here. Maybe, like, residue or something from whatever. I mean...
Blame whoever you want, but there's a fucking alien around.
The ritual must have been a failure. That's... What if they tried to sacrifice him?
I love that effect. They did that last episode.
It's so funny.
I love when they do shit like that. I love when they do shit like that. It's because Hikaru's there.
Now shit's gonna go crazy on the way home.
I really hope Hikaru doesn't murder him because he's onto them.
Good guess.
子供の頃恐ろしい目にあったらしい。その時に見たんやと。
なるほど、それでおかしくなったか。
いや、昔はまだ普通やった。娘が神隠しにあってな。
詳しいですね。このばあさんは山にいるものを強く恐れていた。恐れれば恐れしつけるってもんです。
また林道通って帰らなあかんのだる。
ないわ、虫に刺された。涼しいのだけ救いやな。
Oh, the show is so good.
あ、ひらがなの空やん。なんや。
It was like the letter ku. It's like waving at him. Oh my god! That was terrifying! And the fucking quality!
ついてきとるで。おいで。
What the fuck was that?
神社にさっき結界的なのを貼らせてもらいました。
Does that work?
It must. So it is more supernatural than aliens. Or maybe both, but...
It is like Dungeon or there's
Yeah.
supernatural and aliens. And something good.
公平が使っとったバッグやに息子の光が山に持って行ったんか。
じゃあ開けてみて。
That thing. Right.
これ多分人の頭。
It's like a shrunken head. Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
なんでこんなのが入った。
強力な魔除けの力を持っています。
Probably not that highly effective if he
こ
got
れ持ってた
possessed.
ら大抵のヤバいもんは近づけないっすよ。山の汚れがなくなってるのはこれの仕業かと思ったんです。
待て、山の汚れがどうなった。
まあ
In a way.
これのせいにするにはちょっと広範囲すぎるし、ばあさんの事件も起きて
どういうことや。
山から降りてきてますね。どこかに何らかの形で潜んでるんでしょうね。
通りやったな。どうすればいい。
じゃあ好きに調べちゃっていいですか。
I really hope she's not getting lured in.
Yeah.
光る。
And what happened here?
ただの話。ちょっとティッシュ持っとらん。ない。おかしいで、なんか。あいつお前に食ったから。
He like block it?
He like locked...
俺の中入れた。
Oh!
吸い込む。
He consumed it.
でも抵抗されて。
Devoured it.
よしきさ。以外のことを見やんといて。見るからついてくんね。
You know what I'm saying?
見るのは俺だけでええの。お前に
Okay, this is gay as fuck.
理解力とにかくみんな。いてもうたら俺に言っ
His
て。
stretchy sleeve.
わかったから服さんで。
That's crazy.
Just ate it.
Sorry. When they were showing that fucking thing with the neck, that spirit, it was like there was like real life, like it was composited, like it was a real life mannequin or something, like with filters on it. They composited in, and I love that they did the low, crazy, super low bitrate and quality shift.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, is that Netflix fucking up? But no, it's like mirroring like a found footage
Like a
thing.
Blair Witch Project esque.
I just love that shit. Love that cinematography. Shit. It's so good.
なんかパンって音したけど。
多分獣よけの空砲の誤作動じゃ。
Maybe I just
何もなかったで。
on something.
みんなにはそう聞こえてたんよ。
Was she like sensitive and she heard something? Oh god.
うーん。
相殺した。
光る。 やっぱ言いたい。俺通学とかないから。お連れて行かんでももうずっとそばにおれるんや。
It's a creepy thought.
取られんようにだけしとこ
All right. A little possessive.
Just a bit. Mildly.
好きなことはさっさと結婚せなあかんねん。
しなかったらどうなるの？
山連れてかれんで。
What?
インド家の決まりや。この家の人間には嫁にもらえば安心や。
Oh.
なんで
だから家のもん連れて行けん代わりに一番大事な人連れて行くんやろな。まあ普通に迷信やけど。
Wait.
僕やから嫁にもらえば安心や。インド
しなかったらどうなる？
うぬき様に山連れて
So if you love someone but you don't marry them, or if you're apart from them,
この家の人間には手出し全中約束やから安心や。
then they get dragged into the mountain.
寂しがり屋やから家のもん連れて行けん大事な人連れて行くんやろな。
Yeah, so it's gonna take Yoshiki
普通に迷信やけど。
because they were in love, but they weren't together because they're gay. So they weren't gonna get married. So then it was gonna take him, but then it took him. But then why did it try to take Hikaru?
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. They're in the equipment room. Uh-oh. Is he unbuttoning his shirt in the equipment room?
In the equipment room.
This is where it goes down.
Apparently.
Not apparently, it's a trope, like it's what happens.
う。やって陽介気になるんやろ俺の中。
This is so gay.
この前の林道の時あれお前何したん？
So like.
よしき。手入れてみる？
Excuse
You want to
me?
see? Hey, yo. Oh, he did it?
なんか今変な。ああ、タレにつけた鶏肉に似とる。ひんやりしとる。
That's cinematography, oh shit.
あったかいな。
Oh, this is... This is too
生
much.
きてる分の向かいが久々や。
Hey, yo.
なあ、もっと手持ち。
Oh my god.
Oh!
すごく気持ちいい。これ気持ちいい。
It was elbow deep. Oh. Oh, he's.
May this type of love find me.
おい、別に汚ないわ。
That was the gayest shit I've ever seen in my life.
はい、サービス。
Service.
ちょっと何や。
There's still a weird alien guy.
やられてもうた。クエッグ。はよ服着ろ。満足かお前は。
It's blushing.
そうかも。
Jesus Christ. I was not expecting that.
あれ？土中さんないの？大きなったな。
あの子。
Is that the daughter?
なんか住んどるらしいけど。いや、心配しとったで。朝起きれないとかなんとか言っとったらしいけどね。眠いんはさ、みんな知らんよ。かおりちゃんまだ中1やろ。あ、ほんま。なんなお母さんは東京の人やから教育も得意けどね。そういえばこの前お父さん喧嘩しとったやないの。みんな心配しとった中にな。よしも大変だったぞ。
Super nosy cashier.
I think he's just being a normal person, but it just feels... He's still in the afterglow of fisting his friend's chest gash. And just feeling a little bit psychologically fucked up from everything that's happening.
Marinated chicken.
Whoa. This show is too good.
Oh.
あ
It's crazy how
Some
not
good
a
advice.
secret this is.
Yeah. Mixed.
混ざる
Mixed in with all the crazy shit.
Is he there? Is this like a homophobia story? Is that like the theme here? It's like homophobia. It's like this creature that comes out of the woods. It's like a natural thing, but it's like shunned by society. I didn't think of that until she's just like persuading him not to be gay, basically. Like they had that obvious gay sex moment.
Yeah.
And it's like gross and it feels bad. It feels wrong, but you know they clearly are both enjoying it. Mm-hmm. And it's like he's becoming one with someone that he shouldn't become one with. And then he gets like cornered by this lady at the supermarket saying like you can't get mixed in with stuff like that, you'll get like consumed by it and that's not good for you. And then that lady like, oh, in Tokyo where people are like all liberal or whatever, they're like a little bit more free, your parents are like not, I don't know, like she was talking about, she had that line about his younger sister who's like sleeping in and skipping school or whatever, but like it's all kind of mixed into the same shit. I wonder if that's kind of what the stories are like. It seems like it just seems so cut and dry now that I think of it like that, I guess.
I think that's like a pretty common, like you know, like you make a horror movie or a horror
it's about
story,
like shame
and there's usually some type of element to it that is, you know, it can be like based off of something that's like, you know, real. But yeah, it is interesting. 'Cause yeah, it would be interesting if it is like a metaphorical thing, what the author's like opinion on that is, whether it's like,
it seems pretty positive.
Yeah, so then
That's
it's like but there's still this alien thing, and he did just straight up murder a lady in the previous episode. He's being like super possessive when he's looking at, he's like, but it's like got like this creepy undertone to it.
Yeah,
so
well, I think that it's, you know, because what's happening, it's like so long ago a deal was made that like, oh, you need to marry a girl. Like, you need to marry a girl or it's gonna, this like demon is gonna take hold of you, take hold of you, or take the person that you love or whatever. So you need to like, there's this push to be, maybe we should wait, we'll wait to the end. We'll wait to the end. Stay tuned for more in-depth discussion about gayness in this anime.
I'm just a housewife who happened to pass by.
Yeah, I see stuff that other people can't.
そこからずっと嫌な感じしとってね。本当にあかんもんがおるのは分かっとった。
ヒカルが行方不明になった山や。
でもね、消えたんよ、最近。その嫌な感じ、怖いなあ、なんやろなあって思っとったんやけど、それ、あんたのそばにおるんやね。
なんで、なんか知っとるんですか？
知らんよ、別に。でもあんたがそのままじゃあかんってことはわかるよ。
Oh, the light in his eyes. He's got light in his eyes now. He's had like dead eyes this whole time, but then he has light in his eyes. He's just thinking about it. I really might need to download this show because the visuals are so good. Okay, check out our OP reaction because we just had a bigger discussion than I thought discussing the OP. So if you're just watching the episode reaction, you just finished watch the episode. We just had like a good discussion. So go check out our OP reaction. I think we had a pretty good discussion for it. But the episode itself. So,
Let's
start with the stuff with the forest. Interesting. I like that they were cutting back between the adults and the kids, given different amounts of context. It felt very classic horror movie-esque.
Yeah.
I am afraid for that girl.
The girl who's like seems to like be able to
Who's
see
sensitive.
Yeah, I wonder if how we were talking about before, like similar to something like It, where
it feels like
where
It.
it's like there's but in this it's like there's, instead of it being like the kids and then they grow up and they're the adults, that kind of already happened, but we're focusing on the new kids here while still getting the perspective of the previous adults. And I think that it's interesting how there's the woman who was talking at the grocery store, not the clerk lady, but the lady that came up after, and was like, oh, I just like see things that nobody else sees and this and that. And she is reminding me of this girl who was able to like notice things that other people weren't noticing. So I wonder if that's like she was that girl of the previous generation of like, she just sees a little bit too much for her own good. But she can't stop doing that.
The lady at the supermarket said, or the way when she was talking, she felt like she would have been the protagonist if we were watching the show in the past. Like, if you were watching the first half of It, she would have been in like the friend group or whatever, and she would have been the one that made it out. But I just want to talk about this real quick. So he says, like, what's that zigzag? But I was listening, and I was like, oh, he said coup, because this is coup. This is the character coup. You should know that.
Yeah.
Duolingo. And I know that this isn't just dumb, like, learning Japanese shit, but, like, I know ki, the letter ki is for tree, and there's trees all around, and the trees are kind of having this, some of them have, like, a weird bend to them that are, like, almost bending around, framing this coup. I don't know what coup means, like, if the coup has another meaning like that's, like, basically, like, it's a letter that's a phonetic letter, but anyway. Regardless, I thought this was cool, and this feels like, it feels like in One Piece when they introduced the Klabautermann or whatever, where it's like, there's like an outside folklore thing related to this. Like, you see this coup letter, and it's actually a woman swinging her super long neck.
Yeah.
Like, this is clearly like a yokai type thing that is...
It's like some type of, like, you could see this being part of some, like, weird local legend of, like, oh, this... you see all these trees, and then one of them's shaped like that, and then you better watch out, because it's actually, but, like, you'd think that it would just be, like, a fake, like, sketchy story, but it's real.
But, again, like we were talking about in our OP reaction discussion, the blending of real-life assets is a difficult thing to do, to say the least. It sometimes works out, sometimes is just, like, unapologetic, and it's just supposed to be novel and weird-looking. But it is unbelievably easy to try and do something like this, and, like, the fact that you didn't even notice that it was real. Let's check it out again real quick. Like, look at the movement. It's not, frame animated. It's like CG, or, like, you could see it there. There's, like, the way that the physics of the hair go. It's like a mannequin or some kind of stretched fucking Jack Stauber type shit. Like, you see that? The way the hair flops? That's like, it might be CG, but it doesn't look like it. Like, the way the shadows go. Let me see if can you do speed? Yeah. It's like a head on a stick with, like, some cloth on the neck, and then they stretch it out. Like, maybe down here looks like it's drawn, but right to about here, this is like a mask with a wig or something, and some filters. You don't see that?
No, I guess to me it just looks CG.
It might be CG. Maybe I'm overanalyzing, but just the way that the hair's flowing, you can see, like, the wind in the room. Like that. Like, look at the strands of hair.
The little extra strands. Yeah.
Like, yeah, you see, like, that's more difficult to animate. And for that one shot. I could believe it's CG because the talent on the show is impeccable. So, like, I can imagine they have somebody who's a CG expert who's able to make that look with beneath all the filters. like it's a real life asset. Whether it's a CG or a real life asset, you know, there's plenty more stories of watching anime and being like, oh,
The terrible CG.
fucking CG, you know, it's almost a meme
Although
and things like Initial D and things like that.
Although I am always, I feel like, a fan of if you're gonna use like a badly like
Attack on Titan even.
like a weirdly done CG thing. I do actually appreciate it when you do use it on like a monster or like something that is like scary. Like if you're gonna use it.
For the juxtaposition.
Yeah.
If it's done well,
If
but
it's
like
do-
sometimes
yeah.
it's like you could have just committed to the 2D and just put more effort
Yeah.
into it. Like they do it because it's used for one thing, or it's hard, or Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood with MV and Full Metal
Yeah,
Alchemist.
I guess what I was just gonna talk about is freaking in Fate Zero, Berserker is
CG.
is CG, and that is what gives him like this uncanny valley
Yes.
vibe of
That's a really
being
example.
different to everyone else,
And that's one you don't really notice. It's kind of like this, where it's like you don't really notice that Berserker is CG.
Yeah,
You don't think about
but
it.
he is, and it adds to the effect that you the feeling that you get from watching him as you know someone
It would be
observing
more jarring to see Berserker in Fate Zero animated like Saber, for example, like in 2D like that.
It would not give the same vibe.
So all this to say, it's such a strong decision, and it takes confidence and it takes actual skill to make it work. Like, you know, that's why it's UFO table. It did Berserker.
Like with the trees and stuff here too, like it's giving very much like a collage, like things are like cut out. Like it's giving like I don't know, like kids shows, like the stop motion animation.
I think what adds to that is that like the trees and specifically the leaves of the bushes here. We're spending a lot of time talking about this one shot, but it's a good example of how well made the show is. If you look in any, you know, pick like for an extreme juxtaposition or a comparison, look at any of the seasonal like isekai that come out, and they all have the same tree background design. You know, it's all, and it's specifically if you look at the bushes of those shows, not just those shows, many shows that are even higher quality, you'll see they clearly have a brush in Photoshop, whoever does the backgrounds, and they just like, you know, there's a gradient, or, you know, they just like pepper in like the leaves in, and it looks like good enough, you know?
Yeah.
But here, again, it's like maybe it is CG because those leaves look like this like Donkey Kong 64 sort of look to them, that like sort of shiny look that you see in like Donkey Kong 64 leaves or things like that. But it could just be drawn. I bet that it's CG because the foliage is so dense that like to draw all of this doesn't look like it was drawn. It looks like it's CG. So maybe the body is CG as well, and it's just really well animated. But it's like I didn't notice that. I didn't even think about the fucking leaves. Because and it sells it so much more. Could you imagine if it was just like what I'm talking about, like these layers of terrible Photoshop leaves and foliage? It wouldn't work at all. But the fact that we see the light reflecting and like this is definitely a CG. The way the light is like simulated on all of these trees and the shadows and things like that, it wouldn't work if it was just bare minimum. It has to be the same amount of detail. So it just these things are so worth appreciating, I think, and it's so easy not to appreciate them. But and it's so easy because like I didn't notice that when I was watching. I didn't notice a lot. I noticed some details, or like, you know, picked up that something was odd, that was off. But the point is that they're not only making creative choices visually that are just interesting and kind of daring. They're doing the creative choices still with the intent, and this is where a lot of artists get fucked up, is they want to like make bold creative choices, but then they fuck up the immersion. They like do it, and it like they want to take a chance on and use their skills. So they make bold choices creatively. They make like big splashes to try and make a lot of noise, basically. And then they end up ruining the vibe. They kill the vibe. That they put all this work into the vibe, and then they try to be artsy, and then they fuck it up. Here, they're doing both, and you can tell that them being artsy is not just to be artsy. They're being artsy to enhance, genuinely with the main goal of enhancing the series. And you feel that even in just that, and that's this whole like scene is one example.
Yeah.
And there's so much of it. There's way more.
I also kind of wonder, and I'm not sure about this, but I was wondering, so
This is a beautiful shot, by the way, as well.
so what is it? The daughter of the old woman who was killed went missing when she was young. That's what happened, right?
I guess.
Because it was saying like, oh, she like the old woman like went missing when she was young, but she wasn't that fucked up. But then when something happened to her daughter, then that
Do you
was
want
like.
to rewatch? They said that here, right? When the kids were gossiping,
Oh, did they?
or did they were talking about Matsura, or was it at the end?
I thought that the older people were talking about
the
it.
adults here, maybe here when they were having tea. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe I missed this part.
おいで
I also just love. Sorry, I love the blending of the reason why we were like, oh, is it aliens? You know,
Yeah.
it could be aliens. Maybe it's because we're watching Dotted On, but it's like, it feels like it's more scientific or sci-fi because they're showing all these like cell imagery and like the vibe of it feels more, and I think it feels more physical. It feels more real rather than just
Like
supernatural.
spooky.
It's that blend between the supernatural and the scientific that some shows like in my opinion, Bunny Girl Senpai, I feel like gets wrong. But shows like Fate, Jujutsu Kaisen, things like that, they like blend real life with the fantasy, and it really enhances everything. So Mikasa is maybe one of their friends,
そこの神社にさっき結界的なのを貼らせてもらいました。
and he's got like that sword too.
それや僕今朝例の山に行ってきたんですけどね。
One more thing before we go any further, I really like his voice actor. That's it. He doesn't sound like an anime guy, but he sounds really weird still.
これいいものを拾ったんですよ。
それは公平が使ったバッグ屋に息子の
Which is
人が
Hikaru's
山に持って
dad.
行ったのか。
I guess maybe the part that I'm thinking was maybe when they were at the old lady's house.
これは
Is this the part then?
No, I think it might have been the other part.
じゃあ
He's got this like tea reading fucking shit where there's a headless body.
Yeah. I think it was when they like went to her house.
大貫様
Nonuki, which is a different
見
name.
たことがあるみたいですね。
There's Nonuki and then there's Umaki, because Kohei, I guess Hikaru's dad was saying Umaki-sama or Umaki-san will come get you, and then she was saying, what? She was because she said this name before she died, and I was like, that sounds similar. It's like
大貫様
Nonuki.
何か見たことがある。
I wish I knew kanji because that would tell us so
子
much.
供の頃いたんやと。
And this is the daughter. Hang on.
何か見たこと。
俺の思い込みです気ぃつけて戻ってくれ
The daughter, or I guess Matsura did.
何か見たことがあるみたいですね。
I guess the mom.
子供の頃
She was probably almost taken and killed.
なるほど、それでおかしくなったか。
はまだ普通やった。娘が神隠しにあってな。
詳しいですね。このばあさんは山にいるものを強く恐れていた。
Because my theory was with Hikaru's dad's whole like, oh, if you fall in love with someone but don't marry her right away, then she'll get taken in the mountain. I'm wondering if his dad fell in love with the daughter of this old woman, and then but he didn't propose to her right away, so then she got taken to the mountain and disappeared forever.
I could see that.
It just seems like that's like a weird like.
So she has multiple daughters then, I guess. Unless this is foreshadowing that like the lady at the supermarket is like Hikaru and she got taken and then body swapped, snatched or something. But I doubt that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I just feel like that would be interesting, just with the the multiple like mentionings of all these different kind of
Because last
events.
episode she was like her daughter came to the scene of the crime and she was like, oh, that's my
Yeah,
mother was always kind
yeah.
of fucking crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this shit. this gay ass.
Yeah, I like in the
Fucking-
first episode we were like, oh,
Are they gay?
We were
Like-
like, I bet it's, we were like, I feel like they're gay, but it's probably
It's
typical.
too hard to tell.
Typical anime censorship where
Yeah.
they were probably gay in the source material, but maybe they won't be gay in the
They
show.
gay as fuck. They gay as fuck. Even Hikaru, which like I was wondering, oh, is he gonna be like and you know, we don't know what it was like when Hikaru was alive, whether Yoshiki, maybe that's why Yoshiki is like going along with this so much, is because maybe Hikaru in life, real Hikaru, maybe knew he liked him, maybe was oblivious, maybe just thought they were really good friends. But then now this Hikaru, who inherited all the memories and doesn't have the exact same attachment to his feelings before, has a new attachment, is now like has a fresh set of eyes and is now falling in love with Yoshiki, and so has a different set of feelings. And then Yoshiki is like, maybe this is my chance, you know, but also it's fucked up. So then he's having all of these like this dream of the chrysalis of the bug like going in and out of its skin.
Yeah.
He's like can't tell whether to like what's real, what's fake, what's whether to move forward or move backward, whether to emerge and like live in the truth or to be hidden. All these again more like gay homophobia, like gay panic kind of metaphors.
And it's a really fucked up thing of like, yeah, they're having this experience, but it's just like with his hand like half in his neck, but it's fucked up because it's like, yeah, that's still not.
It's still not
that's
him.
not him. It's a
and
creature.
And there's something romantic about that too. Of you know he's loving. It's kind of like in the Black Mirror episode,
Yeah.
which maybe we talked about in the previous
I
episode.
think we did.
But like, you know, that you're loving something that's not real. You're loving something that is a figment. It's a memory. It's a shadow of what you actually loved. So you're allowing your love to be corrupted by this thing that's not what it was and what you actually love.
Yeah.
But maybe this is. But again, it's like the switch is like maybe this is what he really loves. Maybe you know. Maybe this is true love, and what he wanted in Hikaru he wasn't going to get, but now he can get in this person. And as he learns something new about this, like they're forming a new bond. It's kind of like in Heavenly Delusion, as you know, you're kind of saying. It's like in Heavenly Delusion, spoilers for Heavenly Delusion. I forget their names because it's been like 2 years, but which holy shit, it's been 2 years. You know, the main character gets body swapped with his sister in order to live, and then but it's like, am I me? Am I my sister? Am I me in my sister's body?
Yeah.
And it comes to the conclusion that like, no, it's a new thing. I'm a new person than I was before, and it's kind of this trans identiation. No. I don't know the proper word, but you know, it's kind of like a trans metaphor in a way of like, you're not just yourself but a different gender. You're not just you still yourself necessarily. It's like you're living a new life. Your life is characterized by new experiences because of the body that you're living in, and that's, you know, maybe that's what is going on with Hikaru, where Hikaru 2 is like, he's not just a fake version of Hikaru. He's a new person in Hikaru's blood and body.
Yeah.
And he is confiding in Yoshiki new information and new experiences that Hikaru the original Hikaru, did not have.
Yeah.
So they're confiding in each
he's
other.
not
They're
just-
growing closer to each other with new things that have happened since that happened. So while he looks like Hikaru, and Yoshiki is drawn to him because he was in love with Hikaru, it's not the same thing. And if their love does blossom or grow in some way and doesn't get destroyed by, you know, whatever, if it does grow organically, it maybe can be something that's not just, I was really attached to Hikaru and I globbed onto you, and that's my real problem. It maybe can be something different. Maybe there is something there, and I think that this swirl of thoughts is what's going on in Yoshiki's head.
Yeah.
But yeah.
It's just, yeah, it's a very, I think that's an interesting thing they'll get with the bonding over the new stuff. Because it's not like, fake Hikaru is just saying, like, oh, I have Hikaru's memories, so I'm going to tell you how old Hikaru thought about you, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, he's not just like, oh, I'm going to tell you this or that. He's just behaving as himself, which is a different person. And in a way that's good and in a way that's bad, of like, he's a different person, but he's still in the same body and he still has all the memories, and Hikaru's still dead. It's still a very complicated situation.
Yeah.
But it's very interesting.
Yeah. Very, very interesting. And yeah, just to talk about this whole scene here where they are, they're having like gay sex basically.
Having alien sex.
But like, that's not what is actually happening in the scene. He's like, and again, the whole conversation about real life stuff. Yeah. Also applies to that, and because they're being, it's not just a one-off. That's the other. Sorry, to add on to that, one more thing. The chicken. It's not the fact that they're doing multimedia, real life CG, and not hiding it. They're like doing. It's a choice. It's a creative choice again that they're making to enhance everything. And it's a constant. It's something that they return to. It's something that they keep doing. It's not just a novel thing they do one time. Like, have you ever? This is a weird reference, but have you seen Lucy's Scarlett Johansson movie where she's like crazy? She like takes this drug and she's like super powerful.
Yeah, I've seen that, but I don't really remember anything.
At the start of the movie, they do this thing where she's being like watched and chased because she's like trafficking these crazy super drugs, and then there's this super obvious and not interesting at all real life thing of a rat in a black void walking towards a mouse trap or something, or like a snake is slithering towards this rat or something like that. And it's like, okay, you think you're being creative, you're really just like fucking up the movie by like trying to be artsy, like I was saying. Here, when they show the chicken, when they do all this other stuff, it's like, if you're watching, you can tell, but if you're not paying attention to animation styles and things like that, if you're just experiencing the show on like a surface level, like as a person, as a normal TV watcher, it enhances the experience, and it's a good choice. Anyway, this scene where, so like what's actually happening, like I think that this like sexual thing, how much of that is what the characters are intending? You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Like, are they intending to have this like pleasurable sexual release? I don't think that's like what's going through their heads exactly. What's happening is that like they're sharing, again, they're like bonding. They're like sharing with each other. There's a subtextual thing. It's barely subtextual because he says like, oh, that feels good. That's the spot. And so it's like, it becomes just on the edge. But it's still just subtextual. And I love that. And that, again, like to have like I just joked about it, but like it is kind of like edging. It has like this like romance novel quality to it, where there's this like edging kind of aspect to it, where both in the scene and in this metatextual analysis way, the fact that there's this subtext of sexuality to what they're doing, but it's not actually what the characters are intending or trying to do in the moment and in the scene. And like the subtextual, it becomes so difficult to ignore that what they're doing is sexual, but it never crosses that edge, that boundary, into they're having sex, I don't think. Maybe I'm being weird about it. But like even in the scene, I don't think that they walk away being like, literally, oh, we shared like a sexual moment. I think that the effects of it and how he's thinking of it later, where he's dreaming about it and he's thinking about it, he keeps having these flashes of the feeling of the coldness, and it's like scary but also good. Again, there's like this homophobic sort of or this like gay awakening kind of aspect to it. But it's just such a clever way to explore sexuality without being, while still being like in the horror of the series and the alien nature of it, having things subtextually to say, having things like symbolically to say about their relationship. it says so much, and it's such an interesting thing, and the fact also that it both is and isn't sexual. Like I'm trying to explain the interplay between that, but it is sexual, obviously. Like when we're watching, you get like the feeling from it, but it's not in that they're more sharing an intimate experience, which is in a way sensual or sexual.
It's like a deeply intimate
Yes.
moment in multiple ways.
Yeah.
Like,
But the fact
emotionally, physically, this weird experience that like couldn't be happening with anyone else, or like is you know what I mean? 'Cause, yeah, it's they're in the equipment room, which is like the like trope of like they're in the equipment room.
And the fact that they do that, it's like, oh, they're in the equipment room after all that, like, what the fuck? And then you like that's and it signaled you, like, you weren't thinking of it like that, but like it's a tropey thing. It's like it signals to the viewer that something romantic is gonna happen. Like it's the romance trope of anime and manga. But
it's like they pull up to the inn and there's only one bed.
yeah, it's like when you see in a shonen the character like sitting like this or like this on one of those riverbeds, like next to the river where there's that like slanting kind of like grass thing, and he's sitting like this. You know there's going to be a flashback or some kind of like emotional moment there. So it's the same kind of thing. But what the last thing I was going to say about it was all of the stuff about the sexuality being overt and unignorable from an audience perspective, but also like not quite exactly what they are doing, like it's just there, but but on our end it's so clear. Like the fact that they are that the show is unapologetically doing that isn't just cool in a representation way. I don't actually even care about that, really. It's just refreshing to see that sexuality represented, and in this novel way that's weird, like unapologetically and so obviously, the way they like lean in and his arm like goes in and they're like so close, and then they laugh about it after and blush about it, and it's like so inignorable, but not really, other than the fact that they're talking about raw chicken and they're like he's going into his chest cavity and not his butthole or something. I don't know. Like the fact that it's this weird alien kind of circumstance, like it's obviously weird, but it feels so genuine and not fan servicey, really, strictly speaking. Like he jokes about fan service, like in the subs he says something different, but he's like, oh, it's like like something service or whatever he says. He's like flashing his stomach as the hole's not there anymore. I don't know. I'm kind of going in circles, kind of, but like it's like the visuals. It's like they're doing something interesting in a novel way, but also not getting too lost in, like how another series might get too lost in the fan service-y aspect and just make them super overly hot and like just make it like
take it
a
bit
pinup model for no reason. You know what I mean? Like.
Or we just take it. Yeah, I feel
just
like
similar to how other shows would do the same shit with CGI or with the real life things. It's like they're.
I think that this type of aspect within the show does also kind of, like we were talking about Chainsaw Man for the OP and stuff, and I feel like it does kind of give that of like it's there and it's part of the story, but it's not there for no reason, and is like a very intentional way to be developing their relationship and like examining aspects of like what the point of the story is about, rather than just like, oh, we want this like moment with these like two guys, Very good. Really good show.
Really good. I'm sorry it took us so long to watch this. We've had some real life stuff that is just multiple actually real life things that have kind of crept up on us and have made it difficult to record sometimes, but we'll be back to it soon, and this is a 12 episode series, so we'll be on it weekly, hopefully. But yeah, I'm so glad we're watching this, and we get to watch one more.
Very good.
Leave a like, subscribe. See you next time, Kristen.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye bye.